Hello all of you. In this session we'll talk about what is server. So let's start the session. So we'll talk about what is server. So let me open the paint. Yes, okay. So what is server? So if we talk about the server is what? We can say that it is a physical or logical component. You can say that. Okay, it's a physical or logical component. Why it is physical? Physical means, like, imagine if you have a physical server, you can purchase a physical hardware server, and then you can use that hardware as a server. That is what we have, the physical server or physical component, we say that. Logical component means virtual. You can say that it's not a logical, it's a virtual. You can say that virtual component, physical or virtual. Virtual means we can use virtual machines also to becoming a server. So like if I have a virtual machine, I make the server, I make that particular virtual machine as a server. So that's what we have, the virtual component also. So it's a physical or virtual component. Simple, it is used to provide the resources. Simple as that. Resources means anything like data. Like if you want to access data, you want to access any particular file, you want to access any particular video, you want to access any particular song. So that is what we have, the resources. So any kind of resources it provides. It provides your hardware also, like printer, scanner, other things. Okay, so it is a physical or virtual component. It is used to provide the resources. Simple. Now if we talk about the second concept, is known as what is client. So client, again, it is a physical or virtual component. Same thing, we have a physical client, we have a we can create clients on the virtual machines also. So it is a physical or virtual component. It is used to access or request the resources. So client is what, like imagine that I'm teaching something, I give some information to all of you. So right now I'm behaving as a server and you all behaving as a client, because you're accessing some information through me, or you request me that, okay, can you please give the information about this so and so topic. So like this, you are working as a client right now. This is what we have. Now the second concept is that, like imagine, if we talk about this, like imagine I have a machine. It doesn't matter whether we have a physical machine or a virtual machine. Like we have a machine, like imagine we have a machine. This is machine 1. Now the concept is how we identify that, whether this machine is a server or a client or anything else. Okay, so we have a concept over there. So we have two ways to identify a particular machine or a particular PC, whether it's a client or a server. We have two ways. Number one is known as a hardware. With the help of hardware, we are able to identify that, okay, this machine is a desktop or a laptop or a server. Okay, and with the help of operating system, we identify that whether this machine is a server or a client or anything else. So we talk about the hardware. So in hardware we have three types over there, as I already told you. Number one is desktop, number second we have a laptop, and number third we have a server. So we have a different kind of hardwares. We have a desktop hardware. Desktop means if you want to go for the home, like imagine you need to work on your personal use, you can use desktop, or you want to compatible systems, you can go for laptop. If you need to manage a complete particular or you can say that you want to manage a complete network or a complete site, in that case you can use the server. So we have a server hardware as well. Okay, and operating system, like we have a three types of operating system in that. Like one is client OS, we can say that it's a client OS, and another one we have a server OS, and another one we have a network OS. Network OS, or you can say that in short we also known as iOS. Okay, so if we'll talk about the client OS, so client OS means like we have a Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, these are the client OS. Like I have a machine, I can install client OS, so that machine is behaving as a client. Simple as that. Now server OS is like we have 2000, 2003 server, 2008 server, 12, 16, 19, 2022. So like if imagine if I install server 2022 in that server 2022, so this machine is behaving as a server. If I installed Windows 10, so this machine is behaving as a Windows 10 like this. Okay. Now where we can use network OS, network OS or iOS, we used in, you can say the devices. Which devices? Network devices. You can say that. Network devices. Like if you have a switch, you have a router. So in that case, we can use this kind of iOS. Okay. So where we can use in routers. Where we can use in switches. Like we have a network switch or a router. So in that case, we can use the network OS or iOS. So with the help of hardware, with the help of operating system, we are able to do that. Now, if we talk about the server hardware, so like if I write over there server hardware, so we have two types of server hardware in that. Number one is blade server, and number second we have a rack server. I'll showing you these two things first. If I'll go there, okay. If I'll go there, I could click on images over there, and then you can see that I just write over there blade server. So it's look like this. As you can see that this is the blade server we have. Okay, this is what we have, the blade servers. So it's look like this. Now if I talk about these blade servers are used in previous, as you can see that right now we're not using these blade servers. Now we'll talk about the rack server. So we are using rack servers now. We have one complete rack. Over there we have the servers like this, as you can see that rack solutions or rack servers. So these are the rack servers we have. So in that we have so many hard disks, so many RAM, so many motherboard we have. So we can attach all those things in a complete rack. So that kind of thing is known as a rack servers. Like this, as you can see that you'll be able to remove or attach the servers. So this is what we have, the rack servers. Right now we're using the rack servers. So let's go the things now. So we understand that we have two types of server hardware, blade server and rack server. Okay, so now we'll talk about why we use servers. What is the need? Or why and what are the basic needs to use servers? So let me open another pane. Okay, so now I will talk about why we need servers. What is the basic concepts of why we need server? Concept is why we need server. So if we'll talk about why we need server is, number one, we have some points. Like number one, we need a centralized management. Centralized management. Now what is the meaning of centralized management? Like means with the help of one server, I'm able to manage complete network, or maybe I'm able to manage my complete site. Okay, like this if I'm showing you. Like imagine we have two physical locations. Physical location means we have two sites. There is site 1 and we have a site 2. Now in my company has two sites, as you can see that. Imagine we have a company name sid.pvt.ltd. This is my company name. Imagine this company has two sites. This is site 1, we can say that. There is site 1 and we have a site 2. Okay. Now these two sites are connected with the WAN link. So this is my WAN link. Imagine I have an internet connection. With the help of internet connection of WAN link, we can say that we have a WAN link and we can connect these two sites together with the help of this WAN link, like this. Like this. Okay. Now Microsoft recommends you that if you have a multiple sites, so you need to create a separate server for separate sites. But it's okay. Like imagine that in my case, what happens in my case, I have one server. Like I installed one server in site 1. Like this is my server. I installed over there server 2022. Server 2022 I have. Okay, and this with the help of this server is available. This server available in my site 1. Okay, now with the help of this server 1, this server 2022, I am able to manage my site 1 network also, means my site 1 devices also, and with the help of this server also I am able to manage my site 2 devices and network and users also. So this is what we have, the centralized management. So with the help of one site also, or one server also, be able to manage multiple sites, multiple networks, multiple devices, multiple users. In short, you can say multiple resources. Okay, but Microsoft recommend you that you need to place separate servers for separate sites. Okay, so as you can see that, like you can also solve that, like this server is managing site 1 complete, and we have another server, that server managing in site 2, like this. So it gives you centralized management. Okay, and number second, it gives you security, more security. Number second, it gives you more security as compared to clients. If I'm comparing to clients, it gives you more security. More security, like it gives you, which kind of security it gives you? It gives you like with the help of GPO, group policies, with the help of permissions, will provide some security on my devices, on my network. So with the help of group policies, we can apply the policies on our users, on our devices, on our workstations, computers, and all the things. With the help of group policies, we're able to restrict our devices, we're able to restrict our users in our company. So we can go for that. Okay, it gives you database also. Database, it gives you database, like with the help of server, we able to manage the databases also. If you have a multiple databases like SQL, you are using the SQL server to managing a database, or using the Oracle database server. Okay, or like if you're using the domain network, so in that case also, in our server, it provides you the database, that in that database you're able to maintain your domain network information, or domain network data. Okay, so we'll discuss about these things in upcoming lectures, what is domain and all those stuffs. But you need to understand is that if we talk about the server, so why we need server? If we need centralized management, more security, databases. Okay, so in that case we can use servers. This is what we have, the basic concept of servers.